Oh, I'd like to welcome you here inside of Doak Field in Thermopolis, here on the ball field complex adjacent to the Hot Springs County Fairgrounds. It's adult softball here on Two Basin Sports Network. First pitch delivered. This is Armando up to bat first, and this one is belted to left field. This one's back, and it'll hit the fence. Armando rounding first to go to second. They're going to throw this one in, and he'll get in standing up, and a leadoff double to start this game. And Flame City coming off of a loss to Wyoming Whiskey, although it was a really tight game. It was a walk-off for Wyoming Whiskey, I meant to say. So let's swung on, and this one's going to be hit foul up toward the dugout. Strike one. So it's Constance up to bat right now for Wyoming Gas. Delivers the pitch. Swung on. This one popped up toward left. They're going to try and track it down. Goes for the diving grab and grabs it. So that's one gone immediately as Armando will stay at second. And what a grab. Don't normally see good fielding like that in this league, but this time we definitely did. Roman now stepping in. One gone. But a man in scoring position. Let's see if he can bring in that first run. A little inside there, ball one. I think we messed up our matchup here on our screen, so I apologize about that. Today is June 10th. So this is actually YO Gas that's currently playing, so we apologize for that. Nothing that we can't fix real quick. Swung on. This one hit on a liner toward third. Bobbles it, throws it over to first, and can't get there in time. Even then, it is overthrown. Armando will get himself over to third. So we're trying to get our thing fixed. So we're sorry about getting the matchup wrong on our scoreboard. Also got to fix our record, too, because Wyoming Gas ended up winning that game against 7 Lazy S. They'll be playing later today. That one way out in front, ball one. And I think batting right now is, I think this is Eternity up to bat. Outside pitch, ball two. Wyoming Gas, so the loss to Wyoming Whiskey last week. Swung on and chopped foul. 2-1 count here. Delivers it again. This one hit on the ground toward second. That one's out at, the force out at second. Tries to flip it over to first. Not in time. So two gone here. Flame City trying to get out of this relatively unscathed, but right now it is a 1-0 ball game in favor of Wyoming Gas. Oh. So we got our scoreboard all sorts of messed up here. So we got Wyoming Gas in the wrong half here. So Swung on, that one fouled back. We're trying to get our stuff fixed here. We apologize. Could have sworn I had this correct, but I guess not. It's like a 1-1 count here. Yeah, a little bit into the dirt there, also inside. Looks like ball 2. This is Kyle up to bat. Oh, that one's hit on a line out toward left field. Can't get a glove under it. Eternity rounding second to go to third. And it looks like it'll be a stand-up double here for Kyle for Kyle Pebbles as they'll bring in 2 runners into scoring position here. Well, we're currently in the process of fixing our scoreboard here. We apologize for that. Looks like we not only got the team that Flame City was playing wrong, but we also got the it looks like we also got the order wrong too. So okay, everything should be fixed. No more gremlins. So now it looks like up to bat. Looks like it is Alexis now. One 0 ball game. In case you're just tuning in, we'll probably get the title updated as soon as we can here. Which means we'll probably have to fix the thumbnail when we get home too. So that's just perfect. So I don't know what kind of oversight led to this, but swung on. This one fouled up. This one's going to go right into the bleachers. Okay, so we got the title updated on our live stream title. We'll have the thumbnail fixed later this evening. So we're sorry about that for those who are tuning in thinking that it was 7 Lazy S playing. So we got that completely, I don't know why we got that mixed up, but swung on. This one hit out into left field. And that will bring Eternity home to score. And it looks like Kyle up at third. Now first base will be Alexis, and now Colby will step in trying to bring in another run. 2-0 ball game here in Thermopolis. Delivers the pitch. And outside ball. Looks like ball 1. Remember, runners in the corners here. One of them 90 feet from the plate. Actually, might be a little bit less. Swung on. This one hit on a line. Grabbed. Nope, never mind. Whoop. Sorry about that. Passed by, and that's going to bring in a run. Good Lord. Murphy's Law today on our broadcasting side. So 2 gone, 3 runs on the board for Wyoming Gas as they try to build some momentum here after that loss to Wyoming Whiskey. Flame City also trying to regain momentum after losing to Wyoming Whiskey, so they'll be playing 7 Lazy S at 7:45 today, so we'll see if they remain undefeated here. As 7 Lazy S tries to look for their first win on the season. That'll be coming up at 7:45 right here on TBSN. Delivers the pitch. Swung on, popped up. And that one will get on by, and that is going to probably going to bring home a run as they'll try to throw it in. And a run will score as Alexis comes in, Colby at second, and Oakley at first. Hopefully praying for a little bit of cloud cover here. It's a very humid day here in Thermopolis. Stepping in is Chris. Hits the plate. 1-0 count here. We've not been doing a very good job keeping up to date on the bases here. Runners on first and second. Swung on. This one's chopped up to the middle. Flips it over to second. That is going to be the top half. And through the middle of the first inning, 4-0. It could definitely be a lot worse. However, Flame City is going to need to try and have a good offensive half. We'll be right back here from inside at Joe Doak Field in Thermopolis in just a moment. Wyoming Gas on top, 4-0. Next, welcome back here. Apparently, we did have the correct teams on the stream thumbnail, so it just was the scoreboard that was messed up. So, kind of running on fumes here today. I apologize, but we'd like to welcome you back here inside of the inside of Joe Doak Field in Thermopolis. Bottom of the first inning, about ready to start. I apologize for the choppy internet here. It's not the greatest right now, but we're doing with what we can. I guess it's better than it was last year, so that's a bright side. So bottom of the first inning, Roman will be in to pitch here, as Darren Elder will be up to bat first for the for Flame City. We're taking care of the scoreboard graphic at the moment, but Roman getting himself warmed up, getting ready to pitch here in this game to start us off. Those are just tuning in. 4-0. Wyoming Gas on top. A very good offensive inning for them. And looks like we're about ready to go as Elder is going to step in. Outside pitch, ball 1. That one is hammered. This one is up, and that is going to be caught on a routine fly, and that will be the first one gone. As now stepping in will be Katie Daramidi. Played basketball this past year for, I'm trying to remember, was it Team 4, I think it was. But very good basketball campaign. Let's see how she does here in softball. Didn't see her last Tuesday. Outside ball 1. Andrew Ennis will be stepping in after this at bat. So one gone here as Darami's going to try and get them on, trying to get them on the board here. Swung on. This one hit out cleanly. A base hit out into left. And that one will be cleanly in for a single and a good base knock to get us started here at the bottom of the first. Andrew Ennis stepping in now. Way high, ball 1. Inside pitch, ball 2. Swung on. This one hit out into second base. That will be an out, and Daramidi just barely getting in safely there. 2 gone on the pop fly to second. Looks like this is Ann stepping in, I believe. Yeah, never mind. Brought in the walk-off for, she got the winning hit on the Tuesday night win against 7 Lazy S, and that one has to duck for cover as that one goes to her left, ball 1. So Ann, a very clutch hitter. Let's see if they'll need her today. Inside pitch, ball 2. And remember, still 1 at first. Aramini will be stranded if Ann gets out of this one. That one hit on the ground up toward third, and unfortunately won't be able to haul that one in, as that will be another hit on the board for Flame City. So runners on first and second, and all female base running so far. Stepping in now, it's Brian, the head honcho here from Connecticut. That one popped up toward left field, gets a glove underneath it, and he'll get the grab. And that will put an end to this first inning. And we'll head to the top of the second. Will Wyoming Gas extend their lead, or will Flame City catch fire on defense? We'll be right back. Top of the second coming up from Doak Field in Thermopolis. Shoot. Okay, we're back. Okay. Sorry, we had a couple of internet gremlins there for a second. We're using the range Wi-Fi here. It's actually a lot better than it was last year, but we are still waiting on our data plan to renew. We paid for it today, and we're still waiting on them to reconnect it. But that is kind of a soft grounder back to the pitcher. 2 gone already, as Armando will advance into second base. So 2 gone, 1 on. I'd also like to remind you that this game is brought to you by our supporters here on YouTube. If you'd like to sponsor us, we got our phone number on the... Ooh, that one's popped up right off of Roman. Trying to find where it is, as Daramidi not able to get a glove on it, so an error will get Roman onto first. And Armando, for the second time today, will come in to score. And the Worland Invaders here continuing to, impose their will on everybody, as they won the championship last season. They're looking to repeat as champs. They had a rocky opening night, but they had a pretty good win against 7 Lazy S to try and get themselves into better contention. So, still really early in the season. We got from now till July. A lot of time here. And that one right over the plate. First called strike, I believe, of the day. 1-1 count. As this is Eternity. But I am so bad at this right now. Eternity up to bat here. Was able to get her, I think, got herself home last time. Swung on. This one hit on a liner up towards second. That'll get into center field. Eternity with the base knock. That'll get Roman in onto second. Eternity, it was really fun watching her improve as a player over the course of 2024, and she's starting off 2025 pretty strong on the bats. Speaking of strong at the bats, here comes Kyle in the bat here. He was a home run machine in 2024, was in the home run derby last year. Didn't get one on Tuesday, I don't think, but who knows what he did on Thursday. So ball one on the call there. 1-0 count. Delivers. A little bit short of the plate there. Ball two. Delivers, swung on, and that one's going to be hit cleanly into left. And this could be one here as Roman is waved on home. Eternity comes into third in a stand-up double, his second of the game, and that'll put both runners in scoring position, and it will bring Roman home for the 6th run of the ball game. A 2-out double, a 2-out RBI double, and now stepping in. Looks like I think this is Alexis. She was able to get a base knock on her last time out. In fact, she was actually able to get a run on her score sheet last time out. Delivers the pitch, swung on. This one hit foul, just barely to the left there. Brian almost had a glove on it too at third, but that one will go past the chalk. 2 outs in Flame City, just trying to do damage control at this point. They've given up 2 runs. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet, but it is 6-0. Hit by a pitch there. In this league, though, I think it's just a ball. Swung on, hit on a line. That one goes through Brian's glove, and that will bring Eternity home to score. Kyle into third here as it'll be a it'll be a single here, an RBI single with 2 out. Makes it a 7-0 ball game. They'll update it eventually. I think the umpire will catch it. Trying to see who's stepping in now. Delivers the pitch. Strike one. Good pitch there. This is Colby up to bat. Was able to get on base last time out. 0-1 count for Colby. Swung on. Hit out into left. And that'll bring 1 run in to score. Gets Alexis on second. That's about as far as that will go. Oop. Makes it an 8-0 ball game now. So now stepping in is Oakley. Delivers the pitch, swung on. That one hit shallow, but that's going to go right on through and slides on in, and he is safe. And now bases jacked here in the top of the second. And now trying to bring them all home. Swung on, hit on again. This one fielded and flips it over to second for the final out. As the second baseman able to cleanly grab it, and that will end the second inning. Oopsie, I messed up the graphic again. No big surprise there. But the end of the second here, we'll be right back. It is 8-0 scoreboard. Don't do this to me. It is 8-0. We'll be right back. Top of the third coming up. Flame City Needs to try and find some kind of momentum. We'll be right back. Oh, no, it's not the end of the second. It is middle of the second. What am I talking about? We'll be right back. Like talking you back here. Bottom of the second inning as Justine steps in to start us off for Flame City. Delivers the pitch. Well, the cloud's moving in here. We've been, I was asleep from noon till about 4, and even then I was out of town, so I didn't really hear the news. But that is out for Justine. But I'm hearing some nasty stuff about the weather coming up. So we're seeing some clouds in the distance here. I believe, not to look like an idiot or anything, I think that's out toward Owl Creek. Definitely some pretty gnarly looking clouds. They don't look that bad on camera. Quite frankly, they don't look good, or they don't look that bad really, but they do look like they contain some rain. So I am hoping for the clouds. I am hoping that this game stays clear, though. Or not clear, but rain free. Caleb Oliver in to bat now. Zane will be up to bat later, I would assume. Swung on. That one hit sharply into center. Will get on by Kyle, and that'll be a stand-up single here. And a fantastic job getting on base to start us off here. I cannot read that. Is that Shayna? Good Lord. I've seen preschoolers with better handwriting. Swung on, hit, and that one will pass by. So Caleb will get on to second. Does that say Shayna? I am so sorry. And as stepping in, Zane. Definitely a better softball player than he is a basketball player. He had a pretty good day on Tuesday when we covered opening day. Didn't get to see him on Thursday, unfortunately, but let's see what he does here today. Checks his swing. It's a high pitch, ball 1. Haven't seen very many checked swings at all in these games, but using his eye to his advantage there. Swung on and whiffs on it, strike 1. 1-1 count here. Oh, one gone, by the way. Lets that one fall into the divot there, ball 2. By the way, coach pitch going on here as well over at the Little League field if you want to come by. That one swung out and missed, strike 2. 2-2 count here. So we got coach pitch. We got softball. The Legion field's the only one not being used here. So swung on. That one's hit on a line. It's picked up by the second baseman. Flipped over to first, and that's 2 gone. Runners in scoring position, but it's better than nothing at this point. So we got runners on second and third. Caleb looking to bring it home for Flame City's first run of the ball game, but they got to get by first as Chelity is up to bat now. Outside, ball 1. Oopsie. Gets that one into the dirt. Actually has to back up for it there. Thank goodness. The clouds are actually now starting to obscure the sun a little bit. Again, it's going to be one of those cases where I brought sunscreen and I applied it, but I'm not going to need it. Swung on and missed on that one after two good takes. She will swing at kind of a questionable pitch there. Strike 1. And that's a called strike. Roman got the pitch exactly where he wanted it there. He's not banking on her swinging at it, but he's trying to get a couple of good pitches in, but at least as good as you can with a slow pitch softball. 3-2 count here. This could be the difference between the inning. And that one's hit very softly back to the pitcher. Throws it over to Constance. That is out. I thought for sure they were going to call that one safe. She did kind of go off the bag, but looks like that was after the catch. We're going to end the second here. Wyoming Gas still leads 8-0. Flame City not looking like the same team that we saw on opening day. We'll be right back from Doak Field in Thermopolis. I'd like to welcome you back here inside of Doak Field in Thermopolis, home of the Hot Springs County Rec District Adult Softball League. The newly dedicated Doak Field, obviously named after the beloved late Joe Doak. That one's flipped, or that one's going to be thrown over to first and way, way by the first baseman. And I'm not going to fault them for that. That's a tough throw to make from third to first. I tell you, even the Legion boys make it look easy, but not a very easy throw to make. But still, kind of have to try and line that up. And as that will get Armando on base for the third consecutive at bat here. Now Constance will get ready to come on after grounding out in that in that second inning. Swung on, hit on a line. Caleb has trouble fielding it. He'll throw it over to first. Leads her off the bag. Nope, she'll still get there. That's out. And a fantastic job there. She was let off the bag, but she still gets the out. Solid effort there at first base. And that'll make it 2 gone already here in this inning. Roman stepping in now. Wyoming Gas using some high-quality propane here to fuel themselves with an 8-0 lead. Swung on. This one belted. This one back toward left. Gets a glove. Gets the catch. That one looked a little bit scary, but that will be the third out already to end the top of the third. And we will be right back from inside of Doak Field in just a moment. Still 8-0. Wyoming Gas on top. Well, we're slowly getting there on the lineup for Flame City, but we're definitely getting there. Middle of the third inning, bottom of the third inning now, as we're looking to get going with Joe leading us off here for the bottom of the third. Flame City has not really cycled through their lineup yet. Swung on, this one hit sharply, and that is a base knock for Joe Martinez. By the way, his wife, Becky, celebrating her birthday today, so we'd like to wish a happy birthday to Becky Martinez as her husband scores a base knock on his first at-bat of the ball game. Swung on, that one hit a little bit. Oh, it's soft, but it does go into the field. A base knock there. Was it a bunt? Was it a swing? Hard to tell, but she does get on first, and that'll make it It'll make it a runner in scoring position as Joe Martinez gets himself onto second. And now we head to the top of the lineup with arguably the best batter in the lineup for the, almost said the Bobcats, best batter in the lineup for Flame City, Darren Elder. Got himself an inside the park home run on opening day. He's a good batter and he's quick. Swung on that, and I guess I must have cursed him on that one as they'll flip it over to first for the first out, but that does get both runners in scoring position. So the commentator's curse strikes on that one. However, like I said, runners in scoring position, so not all for naught, and it's also only the first out of the inning. So Flame City still has a lot of leeway here, but Caitlin Daramidi will have to be the one to try and bring them in as she has, I think she did get on base on her first time out. Delivers the pitch, swings at a high one, and that almost went over into Whitfield. So the retaining net up there does catch the ball, does its job. So that's an 0-1 count here. A little bit of a high pitch there, but don't blame her for hacking at it. She does move out of the way for that one, though. That is ball one. Drew Ennis up to bat after this. That one's hit way foul into the equipment shed as it bounces off the top of the roof there. And that is corrugated steel, so that made a bit of a noise. 1-2 count. Daramidi trying to get as good of a bat as she can here. She's got 2 foul balls, so she's trying. She's making contact. Swung on. She gets a good piece of that. That will be a base hit, and that'll bring Martinez home to score. The first run of the ball game. That'll also wave in another run potentially as they'll try to throw home. She'll just jog across home plate there. Barely needed to lift a finger as it is now an 8-2 ball game. Can Flame City build on this momentum? It's only one gone. A runner on second. It does clear third, but that's still a runner in scoring position. Let's see if Ennis can bring her home as he'll step in. I believe he was out on his last at-bat. Clouds starting to roll in here. It's definitely making it a much cooler game. It was not hot, but it was very muggy to start this game. So it is a relief that the clouds are coming in, as that is a way outside pitch there, or way inside. I'm so sorry about that. 2-0 count. Or sorry, 2-1 count. Or sorry, 3-0. Good Lord. I was relying way too much on the scoreboard there. 3-0 count here for Andrew. Swung on, and that one is missed. A lazy swing there. I'm not sure if he was having second thoughts on it. Just kind of a muscle reflex there, just going through with the swing. Swung on. That one's popped up to left, trying to track it down. Armando with a glove, and he'll get the out. Daramidi will choose not to tag up from second, and that'll be 2 gone. Daramidi probably could have tried to jog to third there. She had a lot of time, but I do not blame her for not tagging up. As now stepping in will be Ann. Did get on base her last time out, so do keep that in mind. And Flame City, to their credit, they got some solid hitters. They've proven the last couple of games. They had a very tough loss to Wyoming Whiskey, arguably the best team in the league right now. That one's hit foul. Speaking of Wyoming Whiskey, that is David for Wyoming Whiskey that grabs the souvenir there off of the foul ball. So I gotta say, swung on, and that is hit into a line. That will find its way into the gap. Daramiti rounds third to go to home. It's gonna, nope, she is gonna retreat back to third. And the pole is blocking third. I need to figure out a much better, I think I need to figure out a better spot, because I don't have the best camera choices, do I? But Parker stepping in now. Unfortunately, did not get on base his last time out. Let's see if we can change the momentum here. Definitely a power hitter. That one is inside, ball one. Nailed himself a couple of good home runs last season. He was really fun to watch. Didn't see him on Thursday, obviously, but while he didn't get any home runs on Tuesday, he did get some pretty good base hits. Honestly, that's pretty valuable for Flame City right now. That one's a little deep. That is a 3-0 count for Parker. If he just bides his time here, he might be able to get himself onto base, and that will load the bases if he does. Swung on. This one hit cleanly into left field. A base hit. This could go for extras. One run comes in to score, and a stand-up double for Parker to bring in the third run of the game. It is an 8-3 game, as I scored the wrong team. But an 8-3 game, Wyoming Gas has to start, they're probably getting a little nervous here. It's 2 outs, though. Justine coming in to bat as runners in scoring position. First base is left completely open. Inside and in front of her there, ball one. This is Justine in the bat. Swung on, chopped up into third, and that will be Kyle picking up as he'll try to throw over to first, and an out to end the inning. And with that, we are going to head to the top of the fourth inning here in just a moment. It is 8-3 here. Wyoming Gas still holds the lead, but Flame City giving them a little bit of a scare as they score their first runs of the ball game. We'll be right back from Doak Field in Thermopolis in just a moment. Coming up next, it is 2-0 versus 0-2 as Wyoming Whiskey takes on 7 Lazy S, who have had a bit of a lazy start to the season, quite frankly. But that'll be coming up next on Two Basins Sports Network. Will Wyoming Whiskey carry in their momentum coming off of a hot win over Flame City 307 on Thursday? Only one way to find out. That'll be coming up next on Two Basins Sports Network. Joe Martinez back on the mound. Eternity in for her third at-bat. That one is into the dirt, ball one. Now I'm even questioning if that game's going to happen, though. We are under a tarp, though, so we do have a little bit of a benefit. So if it does rain, we're not completely screwed. That one's into the dirt there, ball two. Eternity being very patient here. I already praised her once on this earlier in the game, but she has definitely developed as a better player as the season has gone on. Last year, starting off pretty strong so far this year. Definitely has gotten more confidence as that one's grounded over to second. Will she beat the throw? Yep, she will. Safe. That one also hits the dugout too, so that helps out just a little bit. One man on first, and now Kyle stepping in. His third at-bat of the evening. Hope you're having a great day here. Hopefully you're staying dry. Heard it rained earlier today. And it's supposed to get some nasty storms tomorrow, so. Swung on, and the bat made a sound as it was hit, but that's going to be fair, I think. And they're going to dig for third. Eternity will come in for third, and that'll be the third double in a row now for Kyle through his first 3 at-bats. He has just had a stellar day fielding today. That slugging percentage is probably through the roof right now. At least I think that's how that works, right? It's how many bases you rack up, right? I had a softball player explain it. I had a college softball player explain that to me when I was in Billings on Saturday. So, do I remember any of it? No, I don't. Swung on and missed, strike one. So Alexis has been able to get on base both times, I believe, so far today. All right. Let's see if she can continue that hitting streak here. That one is a little bit inside, though. Ball one. Delivers the pitch. Way outside into the left-hander batter box there. That is ball two. Well, Thursday we got more softball coming up for you, but we'll be back for more Legion action as Thermopolis goes to Cody to take on the Cubs. That'll be Friday evening. That is chopped foul up to the left side, down the left field line there. Didn't get the contact she wanted. 2-2. So yeah, I got a lot of stick and ball action coming up this week. That one is hit right into left. Tries to extend himself there, but that's not going to work out as well as he would have liked. That is going to be runners on first and second. Also, did a run score? I don't know. Yep, a run did score too. It was Eternity coming in to score, and runners in the corners. Kyle at third, and in first is Alexis, and now stepping in. Trying to get his name here. I apologize. Stepping in now will be Colby. That one's popped up toward the left field line, trying to get underneath it. I think it'll get there and out. He gets the grab. One gone here in the top of the fourth. Kyle chooses not to tag up from third. I did not think he was going to get that grab. I thought it was just going to fall foul, but they go up for the running play. Don't know if the camera even caught it. That's the unfortunate thing. Now stepping in, it appears to be Oakley. I think she got on base her last time out. Swung on. This one hit cleanly. That's a base hit toward left center. Kyle will just jog on home, and that will be runners on first and second. A one-out RBI single. Third base left open. Runner in scoring position is Alexis, and now stepping in is, I want to say Chris. One zero count here. Delivers. Swung on. That one hit back. Hits the fence. That's a base hit. Alexis rounding third. She'll come home. Also coming home is Oakley. And 2 runs will score on that play. It is a 12-3 ball game. They have quadrupled the score here of Flame City. That one I thought was, I had a kind of an inkling it was going to be gone, but it just kind of fell a couple of feet short of the fence there. And now back to the top of the lineup, Armando coming in. He's gotten on base every time he's batted today. And he'll throw a stray pebble out of the box here. Delivers, swung on. This one lined and looks like it was grabbed there. 2 gone. Commentator's curse strikes again. We just said he got on base every time. It looks like that was the third out, so we'll head to the middle of the fourth, I guess. We'll be right back. Welcome you back here. Bottom of the fourth inning, Caleb Oliver stepping in now to start us off. And so far, it's been a great game for him. Got on base his last time, was able to come home, I believe, on his last time out. A bit of a low pitch there, ball one. Looking a little stormy. I'm going to pull up my radar app here and keep you updated there. That one's going to be a base knock, though, for Caleb, as he'll get on base again on his second at-bat of the evening. And now stepping in will be Shayna, I think. I'm sorry, the handwriting is so bad that I can't even tell. So Shayna in at bat here, ball one. Shayna? Okay. And a former officer as well, I believe, so, or highway patrol. See if she's got some, let's see if she's got some justice here for her team, as this is a 3-2 count. Lights are starting to come on here at Doak Field. And that is effectively going to be the first walk of the game. And with that, the sentence here, a base on ball for Roman. So the first walk of the game. Not so sure about the season. We didn't see any walks on Tuesday night, but Zane now stepping in. Ball one. We got a big crowd here at Joe Doak Field. That one hit along the right field line, and that will be in safe. And uses the extra base there. That'll put Caleb in at third, both the Olivers on the first and third bases respectively. And now stepping in will be Chelity. Outside there and up top, ball, or outside and in front, ball one. Martinez on deck. In the hole is Emma. Yep, there we go. 2-0 count. Taking her time here. Outside pitch, ball three. I believe we'll see her in the next game against 7 Lazy S as well. And then that'll be another walk. Actually, bases were jacked there, so that will bring in a run. Caleb will come home to score. I didn't even see Shayna over there on second. I apologize. So Shayna on third, Zane on second, and now Chelity on first. And Joe with bases loaded and nobody out. Let's see if he can bring them all home. Swung on. This one's popped up toward the pitcher. Gets underneath it. Drops it. So one gone because of the infield fly rule, though, so it doesn't really matter. One gone Martinez now 1 for 2 on the day, and now stepping in is going to be Emma. That one on the batter's box there, and you can even see the divots where the ball has landed here. Out in front again for back-to-back pitches, ball 2. Uh-oh. That one swung on, popped up over towards second, 2 gone. Nobody will tag up for very obvious reasons. So Darren Elder now stepping in, swung on. That one is hit cleanly, way deep into center. That'll bring in a couple of runs. Zane comes in to score as well as Shayna. 12-6 off of a Darren Elder RBI double with 2 gone. It does clear first. Sucks we couldn't see a grand slam, but still a very good play nonetheless. Caitlin Daramidi swung on and fouled. She not only got on base, but I believe she got home her last time out. So she'll step in here. By the way, this is not the 5th inning. Swung on and popped up. That's going to go into the bleachers. So that's the second souvenir that has gone into the bleachers today. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. Scoreboard says 5th, but I know for a fact I'm right on this. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So I guess now it's the 5th inning, as it'll be the 3rd out there as Daramidi goes on swinging, or goes down swinging. Well, 6 on the board here for Flame City as they have half of Wyoming Gas's run total here, but we'll be right back from here inside of Joe Doak Field for what I believe could be the last inning coming up. We'll be right back. I'd like to welcome you back. Top of the 5th inning here at Thermopolis. A little bit of a cloudy day so far, or I guess game, as storms are starting to roll in here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays cloudy and just doesn't rain. As much as we need the rain, it can hold off until at least 9:30. The canyon doesn't get as green as it is now without it being as rainy as it has been. So it was inside on that pitch. Got a strike called on the last one, so now there's a 1-1 count. This is, almost said eternity. This is, I forgot her name already. Feels it over to third, tries to flip it over to first, and gets her out. Second time today that Constance has been called on those ground balls. Oh, thank you. I think we've been handed the lineup here for Wyo Gas for the next game. So, or not Wyoming Gas. I meant to say Wyoming Whiskey. I'm sorry. There's 2 teams that start with Wyoming, so you can't fault me for that. By the way, we do have storms. They're moving directly east, which means they'll probably hit Thermopolis. There is a hail core that is about ready to pass over Gooseberry Rest area. That's not going to hit us, but we are going to get a little bit wet here in a couple of hours, so do keep that in mind. Roman currently up to bat here for Wyoming Gas. Wyoming Gas looking for their second win of the season to get to a 2-1 record as they'll get that one over. That one will pass by Ennis. That will get over to first. Roman wanted to go for second there. He'll think better. No, he'll go to second. He's going to risk it. Going to second. He's in safely. How did he get there? He was hesitant. He waited until the last second to try and go for second, but he gets in clean. It was a very ugly base run there, but he still gets there. And now stepping in is Eternity. So yeah, we do have a lineup here for Wyoming Whiskey, so that is awesome. We now have that out of the way. We can wait now for 7 Lazy S to get their roster to us. So Eternity in the batter's box here. This coach pitch is getting out here. Strike 2 called on that one. Eternity being patient with it, but getting called on it here. So I apologize for the background noise as the coach pitch players are coming out of their practice. 1-2 count. Delivers. Swung on, popped up towards second. Ennis gets underneath it and hauls it in for the second out. 2 gone. Here in the top of the 5th. Flame City still trails by 6, and they're trying to keep the score right where it's at.
I know, so did I, actually. I was kind of hoping for it. And there's a game tomorrow?
Swung on and popped up. That one looked like it was going to be foul. Martinez hauls it in for the final out of the top of the 5th. And we're now going to head to the bottom of the 5th, which I believe will probably be our last inning because of the hour rule. So we'll be right back in just a minute. You will not want to miss this. Will Flame City mount the charge and get another walk-off, or will it be same old Flame City from 2024? We'll be right back here from Doak Field. We'd like to welcome you back here inside of Doak Field in Thermopolis, Wyoming. Hot Springs County Rec District adult softball on Two Basins Sports Network. Roman on the mound, or I guess you really can't even call it a mound here on the softball field, but Andrew into bat. He's kind of had a hit or miss day today. But let's see if I think he got a base knock on his last time out. Let's see what he does here as he is hit for the second pitch in a row. Half surprised didn't just throw the ball right at Roman's, never mind. Swung on and punished it. This one back toward left. Goes for the grab. And won't get the catch. Andrew comes in for the double. I thought for sure that was either going to go out of the park or it was going to get hauled in. But I guess, unfortunately for both the fielder and the batter, neither happened. So, leadoff double to start off here in the bottom of the 5th. We forgot to change our indicator here. We apologize. Well, that one hit cleanly there into the field. That'll be another base knock, this time for Ann, as now Brian will step in for his at-bat. Was able to get on base his last time out. His first at-bat didn't go as well. Swung on, popped up. And that is an out there. Roman will put it away there. Thought for sure it was going to go foul, but Roman gets underneath it for the grab. Justine on the swing. This one is up and it'll get to Kyle. He'll run it over to second for the force. He will get Ann out at second, but that is it. Well, Andrew's going to steal home practically there, so 7 on the board now for Flame City as a result. Caleb Oliver stepping in. He's had a pretty good bat today. I think he's gotten on base on all of his at-bats so far. Now, every time I've said that today, they end up going out. So, sorry. I guess you're cursed now. Inside pitch there. Looked a little bit... That was a close call to make. Swung on, popped up. Gets underneath it. Kyle gets the grab. And that will be 3 outs to end the inning. And never mind, it won't end the inning. It will actually end the ball game. So, with that being said, we are going to conclude our coverage of this game. We got another game coming up for you right after this. 13 to 6, the final. What? Okay, 13 to 6, the final score. It looks like. So, with that being said, Flame City falls to 1-2. Wyoming Gas improves their record to 2-1. They've won back-to-back games now after falling in their first game to Wyoming Whiskey. Speaking of Wyoming Whiskey, they'll be taking on 7 Lazy S. They'll be coming up right after this on Two Basin Sports Network. If that's all you came here for, though, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. Also, please remember to drive home safe and do not pet the buffalo. We'll see you here in just a moment for the second game.